Imagine walking into a buffet, surrounded by endless options of your favorite foods, and feeling completely satisfied after just one plate. While others go back for seconds, thirds, even fourths, you sit there, genuinely content, watching in bewilderment as people seem driven by an insatiable force you simply don't experience. This isn't willpower. This is biology working like a perfectly calibrated machine. For most of humanity, this scenario sounds like fantasy, but for a small percentage of the population, it's everyday reality. Dr. Sarah Chen first noticed something extraordinary during her routine metabolism studies at Stanford University in 2019. Among her test subjects, she discovered a group of individuals whose hunger patterns defied everything she'd learned about human appetite regulation. These weren't people following strict diets or practicing extreme self-control. They were ordinary individuals who simply never experienced what the rest of us call excessive hunger. It was like discovering people who never got thirsty in a desert, Dr. Chen later wrote in her groundbreaking paper. Their bodies seemed to possess an internal wisdom that the rest of us had somehow lost. The phenomenon isn't entirely new to science. Ancient Greek physicians documented cases of individuals who ate like sparrows but worked like oxen. People who thrived on minimal food intake without showing signs of malnutrition or fatigue. Medieval texts describe monks who claimed divine intervention helped them overcome earthly hunger. Though modern analysis suggests their descriptions align perfectly with what we now understand about natural appetite regulation. Even more intriguing are the historical accounts from indigenous populations. The Inuit people have legends of individuals who could predict harsh winters by their changing appetite patterns, eating more or less based on some internal signal that seemed to forecast upcoming food scarcity. Early anthropologists dismissed these as folklore, but recent research suggests these individuals might have possessed an extraordinary sensitivity to metabolic cues that most humans have lost. The scientific awakening began when researchers started noticing patterns in weight management studies. While most participants struggled with portion control and constant food thoughts, a consistent 3 to 5% showed remarkable ease in maintaining healthy eating patterns. They didn't count calories, follow restrictive diets, or battle cravings. They simply ate when hungry and stopped when satisfied, as if their bodies operated on autopilot. This discovery launched an investigation that would challenge everything scientists thought they knew about human hunger and reveal one of nature's most elegant biological systems. The human appetite control system is far more complex than most people realize. When we eat, our bodies initiate an intricate dance of hormones, neural signals, and metabolic responses that would make a symphony orchestra seem simple by comparison. For most people, this system works reasonably well, but it's prone to interference. Stress, processed foods, sleep deprivation, and modern lifestyle factors can all throw it off balance. But for those rare individuals who never experience excessive hunger, this system operates with almost supernatural precision. The breakthrough came when researchers began studying leptin sensitivity. Leptin, often called the satiety hormone, is produced by fat cells and signals the brain when the body has sufficient energy stores. In most people, leptin sensitivity can become compromised over time, leading to what scientists call leptin resistance. The brain stops hearing the "I'm full" signal clearly, leading to overeating and weight gain. However, the individuals in Dr. Chen's study showed leptin sensitivity levels that were off the charts. Their brains responded to even tiny amounts of leptin with remarkable efficiency, creating an almost instantaneous sense of satisfaction that lasted for hours. Brain imaging revealed that their hypothalamus, the brain's appetite control center, lit up like a Christmas tree in response to leptin signals, while control subjects showed much more muted responses. Even more fascinating was the discovery of genetic variations that seemed to supercharge these individuals' appetite control systems. Researchers identified mutations in the MC4R gene, a crucial component of hunger regulation, that appeared to act like biological volume controls, turning down hunger signals with extraordinary effectiveness. Unlike the typical MC4R mutations associated with obesity, these variants seem to provide a protective advantage, creating natural appetite suppressors. Laboratory experiments revealed other remarkable differences. When exposed to food cues, images of delicious meals, cooking aromas, or even the sound of sizzling, these individuals showed minimal activation in brain regions associated with food craving. Their reward centers remained calm while others showed intense activation, suggesting their brains were wired differently from the ground up. Perhaps most surprising was the discovery of their unique metabolic flexibility. While most people's metabolism follows predictable patterns, these individuals could unconsciously adjust their metabolic rate based on food availability. During periods of abundance, their metabolism would speed up, burning excess calories efficiently. During times of scarcity, it would slow down, but without the usual psychological distress associated with caloric restriction. The evidence painted a picture of individuals whose bodies operated like perfectly tuned instruments, maintaining energy balance with an accuracy that seemed almost too good to be true. As researchers delved deeper, they encountered cases that pushed the boundaries of current scientific understanding. Maria Santos, a 34-year-old elementary school teacher from Phoenix, became one of the most studied individuals in appetite research after she was referred to scientists by her concerned physician. Maria's story began during a routine physical when her doctor noticed she had maintained the exact same weight for 12 years. Not within a few pounds, but to the ounce. When questioned about her eating habits, Maria described a lifestyle that seemed impossible. She ate one modest meal per day and felt completely satisfied for 12 to 16 hours, with no snacking, no cravings, and no sense of deprivation. "I thought everyone was like me until college," Maria explained during her first interview. "I couldn't understand why my roommates were always talking about food, always hungry, always thinking about their next meal. To me, it was like being constantly thirsty. It seemed exhausting." Brain scans of Maria revealed unprecedented activity in her satiety centers. When shown images of food after a meal, her brain showed patterns typically seen in people who had been fasting for days, complete disinterest in food stimuli. Even more remarkable, her brain seemed to predict her body's nutritional needs with uncanny accuracy. Blood tests revealed that despite eating intuitively, her nutrition profile was nearly perfect, as if her body could sense exactly what nutrients it needed and guide her food choices accordingly. Tom Richardson, a 42-year-old construction worker from Denver, presented another fascinating case. Tom could eat massive amounts of food during physically demanding work periods, then automatically reduce his intake during rest periods, all without conscious effort. His metabolism seemed to adjust in real time to his activity levels, maintaining perfect energy balance regardless of external circumstances. Advanced metabolic testing revealed that Tom's body could shift between metabolic states with remarkable speed. During high-activity periods, his cells showed enhanced insulin sensitivity and increased fat oxidation. During rest periods, his metabolism downshifted efficiently without the usual metabolic slowdown that plagues most dieters. Researchers began investigating whether these individuals possessed what they termed metabolic intuition, an unconscious ability to sense their body's exact nutritional and caloric needs. Controlled feeding studies revealed that when offered unlimited food choices, these individuals would unconsciously select meals that perfectly matched their body's requirements, even when the foods were disguised or unfamiliar. The implications were staggering. These weren't just people with good self-control. They appeared to possess biological systems that operated with a precision that challenged everything scientists understood about human appetite regulation. Their bodies seemed to maintain homeostasis through mechanisms that most humans had either lost or never developed. The latest research has revealed findings that border on the extraordinary. A 2023 study at Harvard Medical School discovered individuals whose bodies could predict meal timing with remarkable accuracy. These subjects showed metabolic changes, shifts in blood sugar, hormone levels, and digestive enzyme production that began precisely 30 minutes before they felt hungry, as if their bodies possessed internal clocks synchronized to their nutritional needs. Dr. James Morrison, lead researcher on the Harvard study, described the discovery. "We're seeing biological systems that operate with a precision that seems almost designed. These individuals don't just respond to hunger. They anticipate it, prepare for it, and regulate it with an efficiency that suggests capabilities we didn't know humans possessed." Even more intriguing are reports from research centers in Japan, where scientists have documented cases of individuals who appear to demonstrate nutritional clairvoyance. These subjects can accurately identify specific nutrient deficiencies in their bodies and instinctively seek out foods that address these needs, even when the foods are unfamiliar or culturally foreign. One case study involved a 28-year-old software engineer who, despite having no nutritional training, could accurately predict when her iron levels were dropping and would unconsciously crave iron-rich foods days before blood tests confirmed the deficiency. Similar cases have been documented for vitamin D, B-complex vitamins, and even trace minerals like selenium and zinc. Neuroimaging studies of these individuals reveal neural networks that seem to extend beyond typical appetite control centers. Their brains show enhanced connectivity between the hypothalamus, the gut-brain axis, and areas associated with intuitive decision-making. It's as if their nervous systems have developed additional pathways for processing nutritional information that most humans don't possess. Perhaps most controversial are the claims emerging from research into what scientists cautiously term metabolic telepathy. Several studies have documented cases where these individuals seem to unconsciously mirror the metabolic states of people close to them. Partners of individuals with exceptional appetite control show improved eating patterns and weight regulation, even when living separately or following different diets. The mechanism behind this phenomenon remains mysterious, but researchers theorize it might involve pheromone communication, subtle behavioral cues, or even quantum field interactions that allow biological systems to synchronize across individuals. While the scientific community remains divided on these more speculative findings, the documented cases are compelling enough to warrant serious investigation. These discoveries raise profound questions about the latent capabilities present in human biology and whether these exceptional individuals represent evolutionary adaptations to modern food environments or the expression of dormant abilities that all humans possess. As research into exceptional appetite control advances, humanity faces questions that extend far beyond nutrition science. The therapeutic potential is enormous. Imagine treatments that could give anyone the natural appetite regulation possessed by these rare individuals. Obesity, eating disorders, and metabolic diseases could become manageable or even preventable conditions rather than lifelong struggles. Clinical trials are already underway testing whether the mechanisms behind natural appetite control can be replicated through pharmaceutical interventions. Researchers are developing leptin sensitivity enhancers, MC4 gene therapies, and even devices that can stimulate the neural pathways associated with exceptional satiety responses. Early results are promising, with some participants reporting dramatic improvements in appetite regulation and weight management. But the implications extend far beyond medical applications. If these abilities represent the next stage in human evolution, we might be witnessing the emergence of a subspecies adapted to our modern food-abundant environment. These individuals might possess biological advantages that become increasingly valuable as traditional food scarcity becomes a thing of the past. The ethical considerations are equally profound. Should we enhance human appetite control through genetic modification? What are the psychological and social implications of eliminating hunger as a driving force in human behavior? Hunger has shaped human culture, economics, and social structures for millennia. What happens to society when this fundamental drive becomes optional? Some researchers argue that these individuals represent humanity's biological solution to modern challenges. Just as humans developed lactose tolerance in response to dairy farming, exceptional appetite control might be an evolutionary response to food abundance. If this theory is correct, these traits could become more common over time, fundamentally changing human relationship with food and nutrition. Others worry about the loss of an essential human experience. Hunger has driven exploration, innovation, and social cooperation throughout human history. The satisfaction of eating and the pleasure of food have been central to cultural identity and social bonding. Would humanity lose something essential if appetite became purely functional rather than experiential? The research continues, with new discoveries emerging regularly that challenge our understanding of human biological potential. Whether these individuals represent genetic anomalies, evolutionary adaptations, or the expression of dormant human capabilities, their existence proves that the boundaries of human variation are far wider than we previously imagined. As we stand at the threshold of potentially unlocking these abilities for everyone, we must carefully consider not just whether we can enhance human appetite control, but whether we should. The power to eliminate excessive hunger might be one of humanity's greatest achievements, or it might fundamentally alter what it means to be human. The future of human appetite control may be closer to science fiction than we ever dared imagine, and those rare individuals who never feel excessive hunger might hold the keys to humanity's next evolutionary leap. The question isn't whether we can unlock their secrets, but whether we're ready for the profound changes that might follow. In a world where hunger has been one of humanity's most persistent challenges, these exceptional individuals offer us a glimpse into a future where our relationship with food might be transformed forever. Their existence reminds us that human potential extends far beyond our current understanding, and that the line between normal variation and superhuman ability might be thinner than we ever imagined.